Hello everyone. So this is a question from JEE Mains 2026 6th April Shift 2. For a general redox reaction, so we have reactions in anode and cathode. Which of the following statements is incorrect? Okay. The overall reaction can be written as this. Okay. Electrons do not appear in the overall reaction because electrons produced at the anode are consumed at the cathode. Okay. Third option, we have a graph of E minus E naught by RT by F versus log 10Q, where Q is the reaction quotient, okay, and N is the number of electrons transferred in redox reaction, okay. And option D, if the reaction is carried out reversibly, the electrical work done is equal to ratio of charge and potential difference through which charge is moved, okay. So with respect to option A and option B, we should know that a complete redox reaction consists of two halves. To create a balanced overall equation and also to obey fundamental law of conservation of charge, electron lost in the oxidation half reaction must cancel out perfectly with the electrons gained in the reduction half reaction. Very important. Okay. So therefore we make the number of electrons lost or produced. We make number of electrons lost, or you can say produced, in anode, or you can say the oxidation half, and number of electrons gained, or you can say consumed, in cathode or the reduction half equal. Okay, we make the value of the electron lost or produced in anode and the number of electron gained or consumed in the cathode equal. Okay, and add them to get the overall reaction. Okay, and hence they don't appear in the overall reaction because they get cancelled. Okay, so as their value is equal, number of electrons lost or produced in anode is equal to the number of electrons gained or consumed in the cathode. Okay, so to do so we multiply anode reaction by n2 and cathode reaction by n1. Okay, therefore so they become, so this is my anode reaction into n2, and I multiply the cathode reaction by n1. So this is my cathode reaction into n1. Okay, to get the overall reaction we add both of them. So I add this reaction and this reaction. So I will get, obviously adding the LHS first, so I will get and then I will add the RHS. Okay, so you can see n1 n2 electrons and n1 n2 electrons, they get cancelled. So therefore this is the overall reaction. Okay, so therefore A and B are correct statements. Okay, coming to statement C, where we see a graph between E minus E naught by RT by F versus log 10Q. Okay, where Q is the reaction quotient. Okay, now according to Nernst equation, we know that E cell is equal to E naught cell minus RT by NF into ln QC. Okay, and we know that ln x base e is equal to 2.303 ln, sorry, log x base 10. Okay, so therefore I can rewrite this equation as E cell is equal to E naught cell minus RT by NF into 2.303 log 10 reaction quotient. Okay, or I can write E minus E naught divided by RT by F is equal to minus 2.303 by N into log of 10 Q. So let's say this is equation 1. Comparing equation 1 to equation of a line, that is y is equal to mx plus c, where y is E minus E naught by RT by F, x is log 10Q. So we can see the y-intercept, that is c, is equal to 0. So there is no y-intercept in this equation or in this graph. Okay, so y-intercept will be 0, and also the slope is minus 2.303 by n. Okay, so important that it is a negative slope. Okay, so therefore the graph of E minus E naught divided by RT by F versus log 10Q will look something like this. Okay, so let's say our origin is here 0 comma 0. So this is my y, this is my x. Okay, so for n is equal to 1, the graph will look like this. This is for n is equal to 1, and it will have the highest magnitude of the slope. Okay, the slope when n is equal to 1, n is the number of electrons involved. Okay, the slope, the magnitude of the slope is minus 2.303 by 1. Minus sign indicates that its slope is negative. Okay, for n is equal to 2, the graph will appear something like this, and for n is equal to 3, it will be something like this. Okay, so out of the three slopes, n is equal to 3 will have the lowest magnitude of slope, because the magnitude will be minus 2.303 divided by 3. Okay, so therefore n is equal to 3 has the lowest value of slope, n is equal to 1 has the highest magnitude of slope. Okay, so this is how the graph of E minus E naught by RT by F versus log 10Q will appear with no intercept, and they are passing through the point 0 comma 0. Okay, now in the option that they have given, that is this, the graph might appear wrong. You might think, why does it have an intercept? You can see that this is the intercept. Okay, but it's correct. It's a correct graph because they have shifted the graph to a different origin. Okay, for this particular graph, this is the origin. You can see the 0 comma 0 is here. Okay, in our case, our graph was like this. So both of the graphs are correct. Okay, the overall picture is the same. So therefore this is a correct option. So therefore I can write that C is the correct option. Okay, now coming to option D. Option D says that if the reaction is carried out reversibly, which means the process takes place very slowly and remain in a constant state of equilibrium, the electrical work done is equal to the ratio of charge and potential difference through which charge is moved. Okay, so the electrical work done is equal to the electrical energy produced, obviously, which is equal to the product of the quantity of electricity flowing okay, which you can also designate as the charge. So electrical work done is equal to electrical energy produced, which is equal to product of quantity of electricity flowing and the EMF of the cell. Okay. EMF is also, the potential difference. Okay. So, but option D says that electrical work done is equal to ratio of charge and potential difference, which is incorrect. Okay. It is the product of charge and EMF, or the potential difference through which the charges move. Okay. So therefore D is a incorrect statement. Okay. So in the question they have asked us which of the following statement is incorrect. Okay. So therefore the incorrect statement is D. Okay. Thank you.